Luvafoodie iced tea. 4 clean drinking iced tea flavors. Lemon lovers, passion fruit lovers, raspberry lovers, and blood orange lovers iced tea. Eat clean, be well and stay well with our clean eating spice blends at Luvafoodie.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Luvafoodie LinkedIn Live. I'm your host, Michelle Mazzara, owner and founder of Luvafoodie Clean Eating brand. Today, I'm excited to have another woman entrepreneur and startup entrepreneur from a new line called Java Melts. Please welcome Carolyn Barbright. Did I say that right?
Yeah, Carolyn Barbright, and Java Melts Flavored Sugar is my brand. Thank you so much, Michelle, for having me today. I'm
Absolutely
happy to, share my story and be able to help others, inspire and motivate, and hopefully make some awesome connections for people.
Absolutely. So, Carolyn, let's first talk a little bit about your background. Did you have a food background? Did you go to college, and what kind of a career did you have before you got into the food space?
Absolutely. So, I graduated high school and had been working for the Smithtown Town Attorney, the attorney's office locally here on Long Island. And I really loved my summer jobs, and law very much interested me. So I went and I attended a 2-year program at the time for paralegal studies. I had met my husband in high school, and he was a year ahead of me. He was going off to college. And he and I discussed that, should we be able to withstand, weather the storm and get through college, that we would love to have a life together. And it came to fruition. Like, we successfully dated through college. And I landed a job immediately after, the 2-year program. And I was a paralegal up until I had my first daughter, Danielle. So, that I had no previous experience, obviously, in food and beverage, except just being a consumer, and really love indulging in delicious food and drink. So that's my early background. While I was raising the kids, my husband owns a family legacy company with his father, and throughout the years, we decided I would be a stay-at-home mom, but I never sat idle. I was either, designing costumes for the kids' plays, or, I was class parent. I taught religion. So I always had my hands in things. And periodically I would get jobs. I worked as a mortgage processor. I also worked for a promotional company just to make ends meet sometimes when his company wasn't really doing so great, intermittently. But I have 3 daughters. Danielle is 29 and lives in Arlington, Virginia. Kelly is 27 and lives in Glen Cove in New York on Long Island. And Jessica's 26, newly engaged, and she lives in Carolina Beach, North Carolina.
Are you a grandma yet?
I am not. No, I don't have any married children. Jessica's my baby, is the first getting married. We have grand dogs. So we have Rex, who's a golden doodle, and we have Enzo is a Pomeranian. He's new to the family. My daughter Kelly just got him a few weeks ago, and Jessica and Ryan got Rex 2 years ago during COVID.
Nice. Well, let's talk a little bit about your brand. Sure. Java Melts, which is a flavored sugar. Mm-hmm. And I want to know when you started this brand, this company, and what inspired you to come out with flavored sugar.
Sure thing. So it was Valentine's Day in 2016. I was sitting down having a cup of coffee with my husband. He had offered to go get me a Dunkin' or a Starbucks, but it was so cold in New York that day. I felt guilty saying yes. So I was like, no, we'll just have coffee here. And on the counter alongside of me, now we're going back, 6.5 years, 2 of the girls weren't finished through college yet. So he put on the counter our Valentine's Day cards and individually wrapped caramel and marshmallow hearts just as like a little treat. And as he was pouring me a cup of coffee, I had my aha moment. I picked it up, which is now Java Melts flavored sugar. And I said, oh my gosh, wouldn't it be amazing if I can open this up and drop it into my coffee or tea and instantly have a gourmet flavored European inspired delicious cup of coffee, and we wouldn't have to go anywhere. And it wouldn't cost us $6 or $7 for a cup of specialty coffee. And we could give it as a gift. And like my mind just blew up. So fast forward, my husband and I just literally, they say, if you can't stop thinking about it and you'll live to regret it if you don't do it, then you should do it. So we made the decision that I would pursue Java Melts flavored sugar and see if we could even, take the idea and implement it and formulate it and make it all the wonderful things that I wanted it to be. So we hit the ground running. We launched almost a year to date later, which is anybody, if you're starting something brand new and you've never done it before and it doesn't exist in the marketplace, 1 year's time is literally lightning fast. So I was very grateful that it didn't take longer for us to go ahead and do it. And we started the company and I started winning best product awards, and I was attending trade shows and I was getting into local retailers here on Long Island, and I chipped away year after year, and I picked up some really nice accounts early on, and I was growing. And my original product, which is really important for me to share, is the Java Melts were individually wrapped molded pieces of sugar, almost like a Dove chocolate.
Nice.
And yeah, so they were very high end. They were very beautiful. They were portable, convenient, innovative, and there was a patent pending on them. So during COVID, when it hit, we all know what happened. The lowest hanging fruit that I was going after at the time was the office coffee market. And I had just signed an NDA with a global coffee company in February of 2020. They invited me to their headquarters here in the States. I had met the director of global innovation at a trade show prior to that in 2019 when I achieved my second National Best Product Award.
You've won 4.
I won 4. So
yeah, and what are those for, Caroline?
Yeah, so I won 2018, the International Restaurant and Food Service Show of New York. I won Best Product.
Okay.
Then in 2019, I won the CTW NAMA show, so Coffee, Tea, Water in Anaheim, California. And then in 2020, right before the country shut down, I won the Coffee Fest in New York at the Javits Center in March. And the day after I took my 3rd National Best Product Award, the country started shutting down, and essentially the world. So I met with the global coffee company. Everything was great. It was hush hush. We were going to work on some crazy projects together. And then I took my 3rd National Best Product Award and I hooked up with some pretty big hitters. And literally, like, my entire company crumbled before my eyes. So I rapidly started to pivot. I lost my first co-packer because they were making the original Java Melts, and it was very labor intensive, the manufacturing process, and there was no workforce. So they went out of business, and I literally sitting at my computer in June, and I get a Dear Jane or Dear John letter saying, like, sorry, Carolyn, we can't manufacture for you anymore. And I was like, oh my gosh, now what's going to happen? So then the global coffee company is losing money crazily. So they shelved the project that we were working on. And I was like, okay, I understand. So as this is all happening, I am in the background. I'm rebranding. I'm reformulating. I'm coming out with a better product than I had originally. Easier to make, easier to use, broader global, effect. And as this is happening, I get my second co-packer, and my second co-packer his business started growing exponentially. They tell me in September or August, they can't manufacture for me anymore. And if it doesn't get uglier than that, my Amazon store started shutting down because it got connected erroneously, crazily, to somebody who was conducting bad business with Amazon. So they shut down my store, and I was like, what's going on? And this is going into the fourth quarter. So I have my promotional company that I was selling thousands, tens of thousands of Java melts to, and all my other companies. And I basically couldn't manufacture anymore. And I couldn't really sell online because I didn't
Yeah. If
inventory.
you didn't have any product to ship, you can't really sell anything.
And so as this was happening, I was like, okay, hang in there, hang in there, hang in there, hang in there. So I hung in there, and I believed that the new and improved Java melts, which is now proud to say, Java melts comes in 4 delicious gourmet flavors. So hazelnut, mocha, French vanilla, and caramel. It's kosher, vegan, non-GMO, gluten-free, shelf-stable for 3 years. And it's recyclable packaging, and I have it in sugar packets. So they're half a teaspoon serving size each, and they're 10 calories each. And then I came out with the 1.5 pound granulated pouch bag. Mm-hmm. So it also comes in the 4 delicious gourmet flavors: hazelnut, mocha, French vanilla, and caramel. And it's not only for, it's not only for coffee or tea, but it's for baking, artisan cocktails, and more. So now you could make delicious recipes anywhere where you would find ordinary sugar. You simply swap it out and you add Java Melt's flavored sugar, and you instantly enhance and elevate any food or beverage. The crazy thing is, these are resealable pouch bags. So they, once you open it, it's okay. You could still throw it in your luggage. You could throw it in your car. It makes a great hostess gift. They look amazing at the coffee bars. And then if you're traveling and you want to take the sugar packets with you to work or, on the go, there they are,
Yeah.
So I'm very happy that I went back to the CTW NAMA show in 2021 in August in New Orleans. It was not a highly trafficked show because COVID still was very, very, apparent. But
still out there, yes.
We decided to do the show, and I took my 4th National Best Product Award back at CTW. So I took 2 awards at the shows consecutively because there was none in between, right?
Right.
So that was amazing. I reconnected recently with the Global Coffee Company. It's not to be publicly announced yet, but I am back in touch with them, and I am going back to their headquarters in the beginning of July.
Good for you. Yeah. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Carol, I have to ask you, so in the packets, do you have them in a box, like a tea box or something? Like how is that going to be available at retail? Say I'm a retail buyer.
So okay, so we decided to go after the food service industry, which I was just going.
Okay.
So there's a very large company. It's called Aramark.
Yep.
And I actually proudly just got into the healthcare division. They're piloting Java Melt's flavored sugar as a better for you alternative, kind of like a little treat for, the administration, the hospital care worker, the healthcare workers, and also the guests that go into the cafeteria and into the cafes for a little bit of a reprieve. We all know how hard everybody works and how difficult it is to be in a hotel setting while you're waiting for loved ones to, get better. And, I'm very happy to say that we're piloting a program in the Northeast, in Pennsylvania, New Jersey first, a few area hospitals.
So your objective is not to take those packets to retail. It's to stay in food service.
Right. Well, this is what I was just going to say. Correct. So we had to make the decision when we pivoted with COVID. I only had a certain amount of money. or I was literally struggling financially. So I said, okay, we have to make a good, wise decision. The wise decision was we felt, my husband and myself and my 3 daughters felt that the retail packaging should be available first in the 1.5 pound granulated pouch bags, because they're available on javamelts.com and also on Amazon Prime, but they are shelf ready for a retailer. As far as the sugar packets, they are sold online in bulk. So for wholesale purposes, the food service companies buy them in bulk in a box, and they don't require the retail packaging. And the home offices or the workplace, same thing. Like, people are buying them, they just put them in their own little holders, whether it
Right.
be an organizational something that they decide. So when the time comes where they need to be retail ready, then we will obviously design either a box or a pouch bag or some type of home for this to be retail ready. But until that happens, we all know business is business, right? So you have to spend your money wisely and make great decisions. And so far, it's all worked out to be that was the better of the decisions, was to make the pouch bags retail ready, because we're like on the Long Island Welcome Center, and we're in cafes across the country. And so what they do is they offer the Java Melts for the customers, but they sell the pouch bags to monetize, to help recoup and make some money on the other end, so that people who are coming in can buy Java Melts, for their friends and family right then and there. So it's, that was the decision. So far,
Right,
so
right,
good.
right. No, I definitely, I mean, you think of other sugar packets or ketchup packets, it's food service. I just was curious, like I think of coffee singles or tea, at some point you'll probably take it to retail in a box.
Oh, 100%, 100%. But listen, retail, we all know the supermarkets, you would, as a small company, the shelf space is very limited, and
Yeah.
it's called white space. So there is white space available on every supermarkets and big box stores in their planogram. And I know all of that because years ago, before COVID hit, I was, making great progress. But I think, like I said, when COVID hit, I said, okay, food service is the way to go. This is so, it's seamless.
Right.
It's such an easy addition to any
Absolutely.
food service, especially nowadays when people do want to show their appreciation for the workers and the staff and the people coming in. And we all know those syrups, powders, and creamers out there for the coffees and teas are loaded with God only knows what. You
Right.
don't have any portion control. You're either pumping or pouring tablespoonfuls of additives to your coffee or tea, that your coffee or tea doesn't taste like coffee or tea anymore. And the calories are there, and they're all in plastic containers, which I have 3 adult daughters who, God willing, will be starting a families of their own. I want my grandchildren and my children to be in a better world and not contribute to our already overfilled landfills. So
Right. No, I think that's a good decision, Carolyn. And the fact that you came out with it being recyclable right off the bat is a good decision. So, how
yeah.
did you come up with the name Java Melts?
Yeah, so well, actually, it was a toss up between a few names, but I am very blessed because I have a creative mind. Things just come to my head, like Java Melts, the thought of it.
Uh-huh.
But I had this ability to kind of uh, like just I just started thinking, what does the product do? How do I describe it? It has to be catchy. It has to be current, okay? Because I like to think of myself as a modern mom. Like, even though I have adult daughters, like, I try to stay very in with the trends and what's going on in the world, and music and food. And so I just, I had these candy melts that were in my baking cabinet that I use. I love to entertain, and I love to make baked goods. And I chocolate covered coat just about everything around the holidays. Well, whether it's Rice Krispie treats or pretzels, or dip my Christmas cookies in chocolate. So I said, okay, what is the product going to do? It's going to melt in my coffee. So what's another word for coffee is Java, the slang here in the United States, at least. Maybe not necessarily globally, but it's a United States product. And
Right.
like, there you go. So I obsessed over it. The Java melts came to my head.
It's very cute. It's very cute. I always like to find out how somebody came up with a name.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about what it was like to be on America's Big Deal. I had another guest on. She was on, and she told me, so I want your perspective and everyone who's listening and watching. And did you win? Because I didn't see your. I did watch some of the shows, but
That's okay.
tell us about it.
No, yeah, sure. So, it was an amazing experience. So, a shout out to Joy Mangano and the producer.
Hi, Joy.
Hi, Joy. I love her. Love her family. She actually doesn't live far. I'm in my home office today, and she doesn't live far from us. She has a lovely family, and shout out to USA Network and the producers and Scott Evans, who was an incredible host. And it was an amazing experience. I found out about it by happenstance. Like, I saw one of Joy's daughters, and I follow each other on Facebook. And Christy, she's part of the community. She's a Smithtown mom. And I just, I've known about Joy for a gazillion years. She's one of my idols. I just was in awe of her accomplishments. I, watched the movie. I read up on her. I'm all about female entrepreneurial journeys, and the fact that she got knocked down again and again and again, and she succeeded. And I actually have been on QVC before also. I don't know if you're aware of that. So it was
with Java melts?
With Java melts, and with another product that I have a patent on from 20 years ago. So that's a whole nother story. But so when I saw the advertisement for, America's Big Deal, I was like, oh my gosh, I have to apply. So I run into my home office like 9:30 at night, and my husband's like, will you stop working? And I was like, I can't talk to you right now. I'll be out in 20 minutes or so. I'm filling out an application. I'll explain later. So I fill it out to my best of my ability. I before I hit send, I always say a prayer. I'm very, spiritual. And I said, God, like, if this is meant to be, it's going to be. And bing, I send it in. And obviously, audition process, you have to make it through multiple rounds. And by the grace of God, and, they saw something very special in me and my family and Java Melts as a product. And they said, you're on. Now, at the time, we didn't know who the retailers were. So I'm like, is it going to be Target? Is it going to be Costco? Is it like, what is it going to be? So I get on the show. Everything was fabulous. But I can say that when you're on live television, I got sick right before the show. People didn't know this about me, but I had this awful rash on my face that they thought was shingles at the time. And I was being treated for it, and it was really ugly. And I'm like, oh my God, my face. Oh my gosh, I'm going to be on live television. Very hard on myself. I work out every day. I eat right. I sleep right. I take care of my skin to the best of my ability. And then I break out in this horrible rash.
Probably stress.
I have to be honest. It was an infection. I had a biopsy done after with stitches right after the show. And it wound up just to be just a very strange infection that I had in my system that they had to treat after the biopsy came back. But I'm just saying, the amount of energy and the amount of stress and the changes that happen before. Now you're on a stage with performers. They're
Right.
dancing around you, they're moving furniture. There's no hiccup. There's no, oh, I forgot to say this, or I almost slipped, or I almost bumped into you, or where's the camera? What are you saying? It's 2.5 minutes. It goes in lightning speed. It was
Right.
the most amazing experience. The judges were incredible. I got like Don Friesen, if I'm saying it correctly, from Lowe's. The executive at Lowe's said that, Java Melts was brilliant, like just on that live national TV. The people
Did
in
you
the audience were
showcase?
crazy.
Right. Did you showcase the large bag?
Yes. So we did.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry. So we did a variety 4-pack, which is now
Okay.
offered on Amazon.com. I just shipped them to the warehouse and the reviews are coming in. The reviews are great.
Great.
So the 4-pack is available now with a coupon on Amazon Prime. And it did great. I mean, I sold a lot of product. I did not win the show. We did the segment that I was on. We had somebody sell out his entire inventory the evening of the show, which is remarkable, and I give him a lot of credit. But I still feel like I won because my children saw literally me lose everything during COVID, come back, rally, get onto a live national USA network. It doesn't get better than that. And I did really well. I did really, really well. I'm very proud of myself and I'm very, very thankful and grateful for the amazing opportunities that I always get.
Congratulations. I'm happy for you, and what a cool experience. Someday you'll tell your grandchildren, look at grandma, you'll go back and watch that
Sure.
episode. And yeah, it's a huge accomplishment. So kudos to you. It shows, I can tell that you're very tenacious and you're very goal oriented and you're very dedicated to your brand. So tell the people that are watching, if I'm a Hilton hotel or I'm a Marriott, can I get your product from Aramark? Is Aramark going to ship across the country?
Well, I'll tell you what, right now we're drop shipping because it's a pilot. I literally just got in like 2 weeks ago or a week ago. Actually, it was last week. I got the official POs. So right now we don't have cross country distribution. So I'm just shipping to the individual locations for now. And when I'm dealing with this global coffee company too, and they have a relationship with each other. So there's a really good chance that, the right hand's going to talk to the left hand and then we'll figure out a distribution. But I can easily, I have a warehouse and I can, like I said, I ship to QVC. I've shipped to America's Big Deal. I ship to Amazon fulfillment centers for Amazon Prime. I have my own website, javamelts.com, and my warehouse fulfills orders on a daily basis there too. So I have the capabilities of scaling and I have the capabilities of curating relationships. So whether it's the cruise industry or if it's coffee distributing services or the like, it really doesn't matter. I mean, the fact that Java Melts flavored sugar is shelf stable for 3 years is really like key because it's dry. It doesn't have any storage or shipping restrictions. It's lightweight. It's
shelf stable. So,
yeah.
Carolyn, is your goal then? I'm just going to throw it out there, and is it to get like into Starbucks? Is it to get into like a national coffee chain?
Yeah. So I have spoken to Starbucks prior to COVID, and I've spoken to other coffee chains as well. So 100% yes, yes,
Okay.
yes, yes, yes. I do sell to cafes and I do sell to boutique like like there's this place called The Nest on Main right here in Northport on Long
Right.
Island.
Individual coffee
Yeah, either coffee or
traders.
very eclectic that support small women-owned local businesses. And it's funny, a lot of people think small business is like small business. It's 10 million or under. So you could be categorized as a small business and be doing, millions of dollars of business, but you're still considered a small business.
Right.
So, a lot of people are like, I don't know. They don't know until they meet me and meet my team and know who I'm connected with that yes, we can scale and yes, we can service the chains. And it's all about matter of, making it happen. Just, it's
Right.
one email or one phone call and then boom, you're in. It's crazy. It's a great feeling.
Right. I understand. So do you have any competitors? Are there any other companies that are making flavored sugars in a small packet?
No, by the grace of God, no. Not as of yet. I am very happy and pleased that, we're first to market, which is key. We are copyrighted, patent pending. Our logo is protected as well. We're registered trademarked. So no, I'm very happy to say that, I'm it at the moment, and shall it stay that way?
Yes, I understand. So
Yeah.
tell us a little bit about what you can offer any of our viewers today. All my live shows go on Luvafoodie.com. They go on all the Luvafoodie social pages, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. And I know you have a website, you have a shop tab on your website. I think you want to offer anyone who's listening or watching a special.
Yes. So anybody who's participating and is listening, sharing, liking, commenting, we have a special promo code. It's Love of Foodie 20. So
Okay.
20 for 20% off anybody who visits javamelts.com. If you use that promo code Love of Foodie 20, you'll get 20% off your entire purchase. So absolutely take advantage of it while you can. Java Melts doesn't go bad, so it makes a great gift for, again, anybody who has a coffee bar, anybody has office and loves to travel or camping or cruising or whatever. It doesn't matter. It's great for the yachts. It's great for corporate jets. I mean, it just goes on and on and on. Obviously, hotels. So definitely take advantage of that promo code. And Michelle, like I can't thank you enough, really.
Oh, it's my pleasure. And I've tried them, everyone. I handpick who I want to be on my show. And I saw your product and I saw you and I thought, geez, I really think that I want this woman entrepreneur on my show. And you were nice enough to send me samples. My favorite flavor is hazelnut, and I've tried them in my coffee in the morning. And it's really a high quality product. It's high quality. I believe in endorsing any product that I would consume or my pet would consume. And I can tell you that I am endorsing Carolyn's Java Melts today.
Yeah. And
So,
I did forget to say Java Melts is only made with pure cane sugar and natural flavor. There are no additives, no preservatives.
It's clean. It's clean. And my brand is all about being clean. So like I said,
so that's why I thought that it was important that we both state that, because you get caught up in the energy and sometimes you forget to say things. So anybody who's listening,
right.
Yeah. So.
And Carolyn, is your contact information on your website? If I'm a retailer or I'm a restaurant,
absolutely. Yeah. So there's I have a recipe tab and a wholesale tab. So there's a form to fill out on the wholesale portal where I'm notified immediately when you sign up. I am on LinkedIn under Carolyn Barbright or Java Melts. I have both pages.
Yep.
I can be contacted there. I'm on Twitter. I'm on TikTok. I'm on Reels, Instagram, Facebook. So where there's a will, there's a way. If you're interested in doing business with Java Melts flavored sugar, if you're interested in learning about, tricks and trials, tribulations, I'm always willing and able, if you reach out to me on LinkedIn, to help anybody I do mentor high school and college students. I'm really big into charity. I give back to St. Jude's Children's Hospital, the American Cancer Society, the Veterans Association, Life's Work, which helps disabled people find their place in the workplace so that they feel valued and appreciated. I could cry. And it's really important that I motivate and inspire my three daughters and others, especially women in business, because we all know that it's very difficult to penetrate some marketplaces and, make history. And I feel like God gave me this amazing gift to connect with people and help people. And, what Java Melts is an amazing vehicle for me to go ahead and do that.
And you're a great inspiration for your three beautiful daughters, your grandchildren that will someday come into the world, and also any other women entrepreneurs out there that are watching. This is why I do the show. It's my way of giving back, because I think we can all be inspired by your journey. You didn't give up, and that's the main message that I think as entrepreneurs out there. There are so many days that I still, after going on, it'll be 8 years in August, that I still want to give up. Because it's hard. It's hard to get into that next space. It's hard to get national. It's hard to do this. And the journey is, I guess, the message, and why I picked Mondays is to stay motivated. So I do the show on Mondays for Monday motivation, so I can be inspired to keep going. My guests can be inspired, and all entrepreneurs, because we all share that commonality of being tenacious, hardworking, and you have to have a passion for your brand and believe in what you're doing. Otherwise, we still wouldn't be here.
Yeah,
And
well, I couldn't agree more. And I think, it's funny that you say that, because there are days when like everything goes wrong and you're like, what is going to happen next? And literally, I get a 5-star product review, or I get an email, or my office phone will ring, and it'll be Mary. I have a handful of elderly customers that call me to place their orders because they're not very computer savvy, and they apologize to me that they're taking time from my day. And I'm fortunate enough to not only have my in-laws still alive, but my 87-year-old dad, who's been very sick lately. He's rallied, and I'm very grateful that he's made it. And I have an 83-year-old mom. I'm so blessed to have the four of them. And when these older people call me and tell me that my product, that Java Melts, makes their day, and that they look forward to it, and their house smells like a bakery, and when they open the cabinet door, they help me. They say,
right,
thank you for
absolutely,
helping me. And I'm saying, no, thank you. Thank you.
yeah.
It's an incredible feeling to be there and to create a product that,
That gives joy. That makes. I had a customer once say to me, Michelle, thank you for making us smile.
yeah,
Thank you for putting a smile on our face. So,
yeah,
Carolyn, we need to wrap up the show because I try to keep it to a certain time. It
sure.
has been my pleasure to have you on the show. Thank you for sharing your story, your journey. I wish you nothing but the best of luck. I think we will see Java Melts in hotels, in restaurants, in cafes, maybe on cruise ships. I love cruising, so I'll look for them the next time I decide to go back on a cruise.
Yeah.
And you've got a great product. You've won 4 awards. That's a huge testimony to your product, and I'm excited to see what you will be up to with this potentially global coffee company in the future. And I think Java Melts is going to be around, and it's going to be a national brand at some point. So
Global.
thank you. Thank you. Everybody go to Carolyn's website. Remember the code is LUVAFOODIE 20. Luvafoodie has a U in it. So we'll end the show today with a little Luvafoodie jingle. Have a happy Monday, happy week, everybody, and we will be back next week. So have a great week, everybody. Thank you, Carolyn.
Thank you, Michelle. Blessings. Thank you.
Blessings to you too.